Today's gonna be fun because we are talking about makeup brushes. Yay! Hey guys, Kelly here. I think that makeup brushes can be overwhelming, especially if you're just getting started in makeup, or maybe you've been into it and you're looking to expand your collection and learn more. So what I'm going to do today is go through each of my brushes one by one, tell you a little bit about it and what I use them for. So let's do this! Okay, the first brush I'm going to talk about is not even a brush. It's a beauty blender. So beauty blenders, if you've seen these before, any kind of sponge similar to this, we got some random hairs on it, is used for blending out foundation or concealer. Let's talk about eye brushes first. I think that sounds good. Okay, so I have a lot of eye brushes, so I'm going to kind of break these down into category and just fly right through this. So really, the first category I want to talk about is shader brushes. So what a shader brush means is square in shape with rounded edges. So I'd say like this right here is a shader brush. And what I use shader brushes for is for eyeshadow. Typically I use it to put, if you want a lot of one color in one specific area, I use shader brushes. So I'm going to talk about each one individually. So this is a Coastal Scents BR-C-NO2. What I specifically use this brush for is if I want to deposit a lot of eyeshadow on my lid. So if I want to deposit like what I did today, I put a lot of shimmery shadows right on my lid. Also, if I want to use one of my pigments, I dip it into my pigment and it holds it really well so I can just apply. So that's a shader brush. I have a few more shader brushes, just like the previous one I showed you. These three. They pretty much do the same thing, but what kind of makeup junkie are you if you don't have a million of the same brushes? So briefly, I'll show you which one's which. So this is also a Coastal Scents brush, and it's a BR-B-SO2. This is a shader brush. This is the Sigma E55. Great brush. And this is the e.l.f. brush, and I don't know what the name of it is, but it's really dense, has a lot of hairs dense in here. Okay, so branching off from shader brushes, you can have a shader brush that's technically like a packer or a packing brush. And that is probably closest I have is these two here. So how you know it's a packing brush if it's pretty flat. What it means to pack is if you're taking a lot of product and you're packing it in one specific area. So that's really what it's used for. It's what I use this brush specifically for. If you're trying to get a lot of product in one specific area and you need to kind of pack it and pile it on top of each other. And this is it's called Danielle. I don't know, I might have picked it up at Marshall's or Ross, or might have got it in a Ipsy bag or something, but it just says eyeshadow brush and it's by Danielle. This is a mini Bare Minerals concealer brush. So what I use this brush for is if I want to apply concealer and use a brush, you can apply concealer a million different ways, but you can put the product right on there and go in and then kind of blend it out. Or also I use it if I want to carve out my brows. You can take concealer and then kind of just right along the edge of like where you want your brow carved out or on the top. You do that number, and that's kind of a multi-purpose little brush. This brush here is a shader brush. I don't know why I didn't talk about it with all the others, but it's the same thing. This brush here is called technically a short shader brush, and I use this for one specific thing and one thing only. I'm just going to be honest. I'm telling you like what I'm doing with my makeup brushes. First of all, it's the Sigma Short Shader E20, and what I use this brush for, and I think it's literally perfect for, is highlighting my brow bone, because since it's so short, you can pick up product and then get really specific, and see how I have that highlight right there? I just literally, and that's pretty much the only thing I use this brush for, and I love it. I panic when I can't find it, which seems to be often. I don't know why. And then this brush is very special to me because I think it's the first makeup brush that I ever had, and it is perfect for packing on eyeshadow in the outer corner. And unfortunately, I have no idea what the brand is or where it came from, because I've had this thing since high school, so 10 plus years. This thing is awesome. But my favorite thing to do with it is if I'm wearing like a brown eyeshadow, which I do almost every day, and I'm trying to step it up a notch and go a little bold is I put my brown eyeshadow and then I just do it right in the corner here. And it has such control, and it's perfect because I get enough eyeshadow and it's easy to blend, but it's not too much. Sometimes when you go in with a brush and you put it on your eye, you're like, okay, that was way more than I intended. So yeah, this is probably my favorite brush. Okay, my next set of brushes is my blending brushes for the eyes. So these are my blending brushes here. Okay, so this is technically a contour brush by SL Miss Glam. Yeah, by SL Miss Glam. It's technically their small contour W07, but what I use this for is the eyes. And this is another one that basically has one purpose. When I put down my eyeshadow primer, I set it with just like a neutral color or a color that matches my eyeshadow. So that's perfect. I use it for that. I swipe my eyeshadow and I just go all over the lid real quick and it does it perfect, and I pretty much only use it for that. These two here, this is the Morphe 433 and this is the Morphe 411. And this is different colors because this has eyeshadow. I used this earlier today. I washed my brushes not that long ago, but I mean I use them every day, so they're going to be dirty. So basically these do the same thing, only in different sizes. So when you put, after you do your base and you set your base, I take eyeshadow and then I run it like right here to start a transition. So if I want a really specific color in the crease, I use a smaller one, get right in there, and then just blend it out. If I'm trying to blow out colors further, I use this bigger one because when you do that, it kind of, well, I mean, you can tell the size difference. If you need a bigger blowout, essentially you just do this. So these are my blending brushes. I do have this one. This is the Sigma Small Tapered Blending. This is the E45, and you can tell it's pretty tapered. And I don't typically use this for like windshield wiper motions, but what I do use this brush a lot for is if I go a little ham on my brow bone right here and it needs to blend from this space to like here, I go in and just specifically do this number and then it blends it, and there's no harsh lines. So these are all of my blending brushes. Okay, so the last little set I have of eye brushes are kind of miscellaneous brushes. This is from Sigma. It is their eyeliner brush in E05, and honestly, I don't ever use gel eyeliner because I have hooded eyes and it always transfers. So honestly, I don't even know why I'm holding on to this, or maybe I should declutter it. So this is just an eyeliner brush. I mean, I don't know, maybe it's someone's holy grail, but not mine. Okay, these two, we'll talk about these. These are, this is angled and this is straight. You can probably tell that. I'm going to set you right here. So angled and straight. What I use these for is if I'm doing eyeliner, or excuse me, if I'm doing eyeshadow on the bottom lash line and I'm trying to get really specific and really close, I do that. So I use these to kind of deposit the color here, and then I might grab a blending brush and kind of, let me just show you. So I'll deposit the color here and then go with the blending brush and kind of like blow it out, so to speak. And the same thing here, it only is just angled. And then last for my eye brushes is a pencil brush. So I think this is kind of a staple in any collection. You need a pencil brush. This happens to be the Sigma E30. So this is kind of multi-purpose. I use it if I want to be specific in the lower lash line. If I'm trying to, if I'm doing a look in my outer V and I'm trying to blend or deposit color right in that crease area, it's good for more specific blending or placement of color. So this is kind of a versatile little brush. Mine has green on it right now. I need to wash it. So these are all of my eye brushes. Let's move on to face. Okay, so for my face brushes, basically I'm just going to pick one and talk about it. I'm going to talk about this one first because it jumped out at me. This is the Morphe M527. I use this brush to blend out bronzer. So if I have a bronzer helmet, good way to check if you have a bronzer helmet is whatever room you're doing your makeup in, go to a different room that has different lighting or outside and then look at yourself. And sometimes it's startling. But then come back inside, blend out your bronzer helmet. I don't know why I keep doing this. But yeah, I will take it and kind of just do this number to blend it out. Also, if I'm pale, which I am most of the time, and my face is darker than my chest, and I have on like a low-cut shirt, I will take bronzer and then kind of blend it down my neck and then like down here. And it just deposits the perfect amount of color that I'm all matching and happy. So this is my little lifesaver. This is my powder brush. This is a Morphe E2. So basically after I do my foundation, I need to set it with powder. I swoop around, powder my face, and that's the purpose of this brush. I use loose powder with this, and I also use pressed powder. This, if you watched my how to contour video, is what I use if I want to contour and chisel out my cheekbones in a really specific area. Oh, I'm glad that this one went after that one because I also use this to contour and bronze. And if you haven't seen my how to contour and highlight your face video, you should, because I use this brush a lot. This is an angled contour brush. That's what I use it for. A little this action, a little this action, a little up here action. You're beautiful. This is a powder brush that I didn't super love, but I don't have the heart to get rid of it. So I kind of just keep it if I don't know, feel like it's getting lonely, I'll use it to powder my face. But honestly, I guess I don't really need two powder brushes, but this is what I use it for. This right here, this is a Sigma tapered highlighter brush in F35. However, I do not use this as a highlighting brush. What I use this for is if I'm baking underneath my eyes and I'm not using my beauty blender and I'm picking up powder to kind of set right here, it's perfect for that because it's tapered. You can get it right in the areas that you want to. So I'll do that. I also put here, here a lot, here, and then I also use the same brush a lot of time just to wipe it away because you can get right in there and it'll wipe away what you need wiped. That's what I use this for. Oh, this is an OG brush for me. Sigma, this is the Flat Kabuki, this is the F80. So this is actually the second one I've had of this. And this is what I use for foundation. So I put foundation on my face and I blend it in with this. And it does awesome at giving you full coverage and not wasting a lot of product. So this is the Sigma F80. This is also a foundation brush. This is my Morphe M439. And this does like the same thing as the other brush I just showed you, the Sigma F80. Only it's just a little bit different in shape. But it's kind of easier to manipulate the brush because it has a domed edge. Sometimes the other one is kind of harder to manipulate. So I really like both of them. It just kind of depends what mood I'm in, which one I use. Okay, this is the Real Techniques. They call it the Expert Face brush. And I use this brush for everything, honestly. I don't know if that's helpful, but honestly when I use this brush the most is when I'm getting ready in a hurry. And when I'm getting ready in a hurry, I usually don't do like an insane full coverage. I'll do like some stick foundation. It's really easy just to blend out the stick foundation, and then after I do that I will use the same brush and go in with powder and then set right where I did that. And honestly, I've used this, if you just continue and it's clean, you can just continue right down. You can even use it to contour. Then sometimes I'll flip it and on the other side I'll dip into my blush, and then just, it can, honestly it's a little bit of an everything brush. This right here is a crown brush. It's a duo fiber brush. So basically duo fiber has two different fibers. It has natural hair and synthetic. So I honestly don't use this brush a lot. I don't really like duo fiber brushes because I don't have a lot of need for them. But I keep it because one day I'm like, one day I know I'm going to need it. I don't know what I'm going to need it for, but I'm going to have it and be ready. Okay, this is my Morphe 501. Don't even have to look at it because I know. And this is what I use to highlight with. So it's kind of dome shaped. Dome. But it's fluffy. And these are one of those brushes that it really gets its shape and it starts to be like, it gets better and better the more I use it. So I use this brush to deposit my highlighter. Just like ding 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 ding. You would have seen this brush if you watched my how to highlight and contour. And my last brush is my blush brush. And this is the Morphe M105. And I use this sole purpose to blush my cheeks. And I think it's perfect and I love it. So that pretty much wraps it up. Those are all my makeup brushes and how I use them. I hope this was helpful for you. And if you have any questions that maybe I didn't answer, comment those down below so I can get them answered for you. But thank you for stopping by and watching my video. Love you so much. See you in my next video. Bye! Whew. Comment down below and let a girl know. Didn't mean to rhyme. Or did I? My chair is really squeaky. Why are you so squeaky, chair? If I want to get it to, if I can't find, why can't I talk? So today I'm excited, like I am in every video, because everything is exciting when you're me, okay?